So, Microsoft just dropped a new text editor, and I know what you are thinking. Great, another text editor, because we definitely don't have enough of those. It's like opening your closet and finding another black t-shirt. Do you and I need it? No. Are we going to try it anyway? Absolutely. But here's where it gets weird. This thing is actually good, like genuinely useful, and it works on everything. It's open source and it's free. Trust me, I had to check the calendar to make sure we are not living in some bizarre alternate timeline where Microsoft suddenly became the cool kid. They basically said, remember the text editor from 1991 that your dad used? Let's bring it back to life and make it actually nice. And somehow it works. The tool is called Edit. That's it. Edit. No fancy branding. No Edit 365 Pro Max Ultra. I think Microsoft marketing team was definitely on vacation that day. And honestly, good for them. Okay, so imagine you need to edit a file on a computer. Normally you would just open Notepad or whatever, right? But sometimes, stay with me here, you need to edit files on a computer you cannot actually see. Like it is in another building or another country or in your basement running your Minecraft server. And when that happens, you have to use what's called a terminal. Basically a screen full of text that makes you look like a hacker from 90s movie. And to edit files in there, you normally use programs with names like Vim or Nano. But here is the problem. Vim is like that puzzle box from Hellraiser. You open it and suddenly you are trapped in a dimension where nothing works the way you expect. I spent 20 minutes trying to exit Vim. 20 minutes just to close it. And trust me, I googled how to exit Vim so many times. Google started suggesting me a therapist. But this new edit thing, it's normal. A normal text editor that works in terminal with buttons you can click and keyboard shortcuts that actually make sense. Revolutionary stuff happening here, mental gens. Listen, if you are on the latest version of Windows, good news. Microsoft already installed this on your computer without asking. It's like when your phone updates overnight and suddenly there is a new app you never requested. Except this one is actually useful. It's just sitting there waiting. For everyone else still rocking Windows versions with reasonable names, here's how to get it. The easy way. Open that scary black terminal window thingy. It's called command prompt, but let's be real, we all just call it a black screen. Type this magic spell, Winget install Microsoft.Edit. That's it. I'm serious. No next button clicking 47 times. No unchecking also install our browser toolbar. Just type, press enter and boom, you have it. The I don't trust easy things way. Go to GitHub. It's like Facebook for code. Search for Microsoft Edit and download the file manually. It's literally one file. Fun. No installation wizard asking about your favorite color. Just a single file that runs. And for my Linux friends, yes, this works on Linux too. I feel Microsoft making stuff for Linux is like your grandma suddenly learning TikTok dances. Unexpected, slightly concerning, but ultimately kind of wholesome. The interface. Welcome to the future that looks like past. So you open this thing. And here's what blew my mind. There are menus at the top. File, edit, view. Like a normal program from 21st century. And here is the kicker. You can click on them with your mouse in a terminal. I know this sounds like the most boring thing to get excited about. But trust me, this is like discovering your microwave has been able to make coffee in this whole time. Most terminal text editors think mice are a Meteor keyboard or nothing. I literally spent 5 minutes just clicking around to make sure I was not hallucinating. Wait. I can just click this and drag this text like a normal human being. What a sorcery. It's like Microsoft finally realizing that not everyone wants to feel like they are defusing a bomb every time they need to edit a config file. Why would anyone actually use it? Let me paint two very different pictures. The horror story using traditional editors. See, you need to change one line in a file on a remote server. You open Vim because that's what real programmers use. You type your change. Now you need to save and exit. But how? You try typing exit, nothing happens. You try quit, still nothing. You press random keys, now there is text all over the place that shouldn't be there. You Google how to exit Vim for the millionth time. 45 minutes later, you are on Stack Overflow, reading a 15-year-old thread. Someone in the comments is arguing about Linux distros. And now you have forgotten why you opened Vim in the first place. You are considering a career change. Maybe poetry? Poetry seems nice. The happy story using Edit. You open Edit, you make your change and press Ctrl S to save. Like you have done in every other program since 1995. You press Ctrl Q, close. You are done. Your blood pressure is normal. You still have faith in technology and life is good. Edit is basically for people who think computers should work for you, not against you. Let's actually use this thing. Using Edit is shockingly simple, like suspiciously simple. Want to open a file? Type edit filename.txt. If the file exists, great, it opens. If it doesn't, no problem. Edit will create it when you save. You can also type edit with nothing after it and it opens a blank file called untitled1.txt, just like Notepad does. It is like Microsoft remembered their own projects exist. One tiny warning though, remember to add the file extension. The menus at the top work exactly how you would expect. You can click them with your mouse. I know, crazy. Or you can press Alt F for file, Alt E for edit, and so on. It's like they are designed for this, for humans who might have used a computer before. What a concept. And this is where I get a little bit excited. By a little bit, I mean, oh, that's nice. Out loud to my empty room like a psychopath. Press Alt E and go to find and replace. Start typing what you are looking for. And here's the magic. It highlights all the matches while you type. Not after you press enter. Not after you sacrifice a keyboard to tech goats. Just immediately. Like real-time search results. Hidden trick I discovered by accident. If you press F3 while you are in replace box, it jumps to the next match without replacing the current one. I felt I have discovered a cheat code. My dopamine levels went through the roof and press it again and again. Keep pressing it. It's oddly satisfying. See that status bar at the bottom of screen? It's not just there to look pretty. Click on different parts of it and watch it transform like a transformer but less expensive. There is an ancient holy word in programming about whether to use tab keys or spaces. Edit has opinions. By default, it converts tab to spaces. The correct choice. I said what I said. Fight me in comments. But you can change it. Click on that spaces 4 thing at the bottom and you get options. Use real tabs for the rebels. Here is something that made me double take. You can have multiple files open at once. Go to file, new file. Look at the bottom of the corner. See that plus next to your file name? That means you have got another file chilling in background like a friend waiting for their turn. Click on that file name and bam, a list of all your open files appears. Look, is Edit going to replace Vim for people who have been using it since I was born? No, and those people will absolutely tell you about it in the comments. That's fine, that's their journey. But for the rest of us normal humans, this is godsend. You know, it's perfect for editing files on a remote computer without existential dread. Perfect for people who just want to press Ctrl S to save like a civilized human being. This video is not sponsored by Microsoft, but the fact that you can use your mouse is worth the download alone. The fact that familiar keyboard shortcuts just work, that's cherry on top. And here is the wild part. Microsoft made this work on Windows, Mac and Linux, made it open source, and it doesn't suck. You know, I guess someone should check on Microsoft. Are they really okay? Is this crying for some kind of help? Because this is generally good software that helps people. And you know, I'm not used to that from that big tech companies. So there you have it. But you know, I'm not still convinced that I'm not in a simulation that's being glitching. Now you tell me, would you actually use this? Are you a Vim purist who is personally offended by mouse support? Do you think this could finally dethrone Nano? Or you are just here to roast my pronunciation of regex? I would love to know your thoughts and comments. And bonus points if you can explain why you are voluntarily using Vim without sounding like you are defending a religion. And if you somehow made this far without subscribing, what are you even doing with your life? Hit that damn subscribe button. Do the YouTube algorithm dance. More weird tech discoveries coming your way. Peace out.